Please be advised, the document you are about to read has a cognito-hazard memetic device that will only work to get inside your head whenever and as long as you are reading the sentences that make up the body of this dossier. Don't worry, though it's called cognito-hazard only due to the strength of has over lesser minds or weak constitutions. Also, the term memetic simply means how catchy or memorable a certain cognitive agent is. As an example, if you understood the previous couple of sentences, you're probably good. Moving on. This has been a fictional broadcast brought to you by the Intel Division. The Justice thanks you for all the suffering and continued sacrifice you make daily to contain the maddening reality of it all. If you are not yet direct on the Justice Protocol, the following information packet has been provided to you at no cost and was produced, distributed, edited, written, and who knows what else by the agents from the Ministry of History. It's always a safe bet to begin with the Ministry of History. They did the last incarnation up at that other location, but there were way too many UAPs there if you ask me. The Ministry of History began as the spiritual successor to the Gilgamesh Protocol as well as the Aesop Initiative. The organizing efforts of the above-mentioned projects are the results of a massive overhaul of compartmentalization of what is called the Grim Noir. In summary, the myriad of offices and designated organizations ranging from department divisions, course ministries agencies, branch offices, or special operations units, and mobile SWAT teams, and also fifth colonist operations and skilled stay-behind troops are what make up the operations branches of the unionized efforts, also known as Justice Grimm, or the Justice for those familiar with the original Grimm body of short stories. I'm sorry I totally lost my train of thought. It probably wasn't all that important anyway. Oh yeah, that's right, yes. It's all about the pain and the sacrifice and endless suffering. Enjoy.
There once was a time on Earth when no humans existed upon it, and back then the Leviathan Na was tasked with organizing all the creatures and assigning them their duties as well as classification and general naming on top of orientation and any relevant updates. Well, such work was easy for the whale demigod to accomplish because most of the Earth is water. However, for the land operations, Na desperately needed a helper. He went to the lion who didn't care, and neither did the dragon. When Na asked the wolf grumbled and said, "I have a pack to run. So with all due respect, Lord Na, you should instead have my little cousin Coyote help you in this great task." Na sensed the wolf was really only just trying to get rid of his troublesome coyote cousin, but since Na was in a tough spot, he went with the wolf's recommendation. But Na had trouble finding Coyote at first. It took a hint by Wolf and then a clue from the fox to bring Na to the sleeping coyote, who did not immediately come when Na called out. "Coyote, would you be able to assist me?" Coyote did not wake up. Na had to physically stir the sleeping creature before it yawned and opened one eye. Then, realizing that the Lord of Tasks was summoning him, made a half-hearted attempt to do ritual morning yoga before circling around briefly and curling up with his head in his tail was about to go back to sleep, when Na countered by saying, "Coyote, did you know your cousin Wolf told me you wouldn't be interested in my line of work?" But before Na could attempt another word, Coyote spoke with his eyes still closed. "You know, Lord NH, I don't think there is anyone more overqualified than myself. Therefore, I will accept your duties that you assign me, of course." Na could tell that working with Coyote was going to be a lot like this encounter. The entitled brat who managed to get away with a certain amount of self-centered actions without ever having to admit any shortcomings on his part. But desperate times, and all that. Now deputized, Coyote began traveling with Na to do training, and to Coyote's credit, the creature did carry out the duties that Na assigned him. However, Na soon discovered that Coyote was outsourcing his duties to other less trained creatures. All the while, Coyote was sleeping at work. A disgruntled groan from Na did wake up Coyote, but when asked, he made excuses saying, "Hey, I already checked the areas once today. There's no need to worry about those areas anyway." Na gave an expression that revealed he wasn't buying Coyote's story, so Coyote changed the subject to divert the unwanted attention. "Fox forgot to wake me, and if you're going that way, maybe you could give me a ride, save me some energy." Na didn't say anything, but instead just left. Coyote got nervous at Na's absence. He planned on blaming the fox if he got fired. But it came about that the taskmaster returned with a helper for Coyote, a new dirt and water-based hominid, a creature that was Earth's first human. Na presented the human to Coyote proudly unannounced. "Coyote, this is a human. I have ordered one male, and then the other female from Orion will be here in a few days." Coyote looked the human up and down, unimpressed by it all. Coyote sneezed and then said, "Lord Na, I appreciate the sentiment, but this scrawny little knucklehead is only going to slow me down." To this, and Na nodded his head sagely and said, "Well, either way, the human is going to be your responsibility. You will have to teach him every little detail concerning your duties." To this, Coyote replied, "Yeah, well, what happens when I teach them too well? Will I be out of a job? What if humans get promoted? Over you, Lord Na. I'm just saying. I mean, is this little pink lizard going to get me in trouble?" Coyote said this in ever self-centered manner of speaking, and Na replied, "Yes, that is the overall plan, Coyote. Humans will act as Coyote and Na eventually, so it will be up to you to instruct man on how to survive. And don't worry, I also ordered a wife for you as well. So maybe Mrs. Coyote can be assigned to the female human. How does that sound?" Coyote smirked at the question and said, "You know what, Lord Na? You are so lucky that it was me that you chose for all of this. No other animal would do this for you. Not even the cow." Na rolled his eyes and left the human with Coyote. The two were not fast friends at first, and the man, who Coyote nicknamed Red, struggled against every word and stubbornly argued every point Coyote tried to convey to the human. When the female units arrived, Coyote had some choice words for Na, complaining that Red was too headstrong and too rebellious to handle alone. And at this, Na seemed to quickly agree, and as if to accent the point, he released Coyote's wife and Red's wife. But the two females ran away at once from Man and Coyote. Red looked at Coyote, but Coyote shook his head and immediately started chasing the fleeing fiancés. "Come on, Red," yelled Coyote, "you must always give chase. Now, let's go chase some tail." And at this, Red sprinted off, eventually even passing Coyote to catch up to his female counterpart, who he named Footsie, due to her hasty attempt at fleeing from their first meeting. Now, Coyote was still chasing his wife when the two got lost in the deep woods, and eventually down into the earth's hidden places beneath it. It was there in the dark of the underground that Coyote and his wife consummated their union. An entire race of coyote pups would soon be running about the earth. Unfortunately, Mrs. Coyote was instantly crushed when the den was destroyed by an earthquake. Coyote, up upon hearing this, cried and wept with his children all night long. But Coyote came up with a plan and set out to find Cerberus the kennel, keeper relative of Anubis. Before he could go, he first had to instruct Red on how to make love to Footsie and how to take care of a pack as an alpha coyote. Then Coyote bid Red farewell and went to the netherworld. It only took a reference from Na to get to Cerberus, but no creature had ever died before, so security was very lax. Coyote had to use every trick he knew to play up to Cerberus and his multi-personality disorder. A deal was eventually made, and Mrs. Coyote was allowed to leave and follow her husband out of the netherworld. The only condition being he could not look back until they left the Great Kennel and all the corridors that led back into Na's copy of Prime Reality. The excitement and joy seemed glued onto Coyote's face as they made the journey silently and without looking at each other. They were very close to the exit now, but at the last moment, Coyote turned with a grin across his face. He was now outside, but Mrs. Coyote was not yet. Realizing this too late, Coyote watched his wife once again vanish from his life. At that point, Cerberus and Na had to have a talk with Coyote. The trickster animal had almost defeated death, but at the same time had cemented its finality upon all living things. Red was there to meet with Coyote after his disciplines from the demigods. Coyote played it off, saying, "I'm pretty sure I can still blame this all on the fox somehow." Red wasn't impressed, but gave his instructor and best friend all the comfort that he could cheer up Master. Said, "Red, Footsie and I are having twins. Aren't you proud of me?" Coyote scoffed, but then smiled widely. "Oh, Red, Mrs. Coyote and I had about 15,000. You got a very long way to go, old boy, but yes, of course I'm proud. I taught you everything. And I mean everything you know." Na would eventually leave the planet in Red's care, but before leaving, Na promoted Coyote to Chief Executive Trickster, and that is a title Coyote carries with him to this day. His offspring from Mrs. Coyote's litter have never faced extinction, unlike the wolf and the fox, who are both also demigods but have not been as successful as Coyote has.